Alright, well, what I have here is my replacement for my flip cameras. They've served me well since 2011, but one by one they've been dropping, and of course the ones that are left are ridiculously priced. There are no more original OEM batteries that are made for these cameras, so my batteries one by one are starting to lose their charge, or they maybe get halfway through the charge and then they just die, and then whatever I'm recording, that video is lost. So yep, been searching and searching, and yeah, I've reluctantly, due to the price, decided to upgrade, like a serious upgrade. And I'll show you what I got, because these are the accessories that come with it. I got a 32 gig SanDisk memory card, got a battery charger, and extra battery, and underneath the paper with the USB cable is a GoPro Hero 5 with the skeleton case. Yeah, this thing is pretty nice. Got it for $200. That's the best price that I could find, with a few accessories included, and it comes with an aftermarket battery, but I went ahead and got an original battery. So basically the same exact setup as the original GoPros, where it can just slide right out, and yeah, it goes forward here. So I'm still learning about this thing. So there we go. It's coming out little by little. But I like the skeleton open air frame. This is what I've been looking for. The other GoPros don't have that, including my first generation. So yeah, this thing is nice. It's got the mode, the power button, and this is where the battery goes. So you gotta remember how this works. So yeah, I was told the battery compartment is a little finicky to get into. There it is. So okay, that's where the USB cable goes, and it already comes with a built-on case for underwater, or for being out in the weather basically. It's got these rubber seals on it, and yeah, this is where the battery goes. I just gotta again remember how this works to get it open. Alright, hold on a second. Okay, yeah, you gotta push the button here and then pry it open that way, and there's the battery that came with it. It's basically an aftermarket style, but like I said, I've got an original OEM battery and external charger, so I'm all about having extra batteries, and from what I've read, these of course go through some batteries. So, but yeah, it's pretty neat setup. This package came with the USB cable for data transfer or charging, and also a couple extra clips, which I'll probably use on like a dash cam mount type of setup, which is also mobile, that I can use for for vlogging, turning it to catch a scene if I need to. So yeah, put all the accessories here. What I'll do now is open up the package with the new OEM battery, and haven't even opened this up yet. So get the plastic out of the way, and this is a dual battery charger and battery pack. I've actually ordered one more battery to complete a set of 3, which I feel, I've had better luck, like one camera having 2 batteries on hand, one on the camera, one on charge, and one ready to go. So get through this thick tape here. Okay. But yeah, I mean, the price has gotten to where it can actually be affordable, so I went ahead and got one. Yep, here we go. This is the USB cable, which you can connect to a computer or to a wall outlet if you've got the plug adapter. the USB charger cable, brand new battery, and the external battery charger, which again connects via USB. So, yep, pretty much the only connection it's got. But yeah, the battery itself will slide right on in. It's only one way it can go. So you kind of line up the connections, so to speak, and just drop it on in and press it in so it'll charge. I'm going to do that with both of these before I test the camera out. And yeah, I mean, just past experience, even with the flip cameras, I got these aftermarket batteries and they just don't last. So when I saw it had an aftermarket battery, I was like, nah, I gotta have an original GoPro battery. So, alright, so now this one's ready to go in, just like that. And we'll go ahead and get the cable ready to charge it up. So that will plug in only one, I believe it's only one particular way, like that. Yep, little GoPro emblem on the, stamped on the plug. So yep, this is ready to plug up, and what I'll do now is go ahead and let them charge, and then we'll test the camera. Okay, so I got it charging here, got it setting on my scanner. Yeah, both the lights are yellow, and I'm assuming when they're both charged they'll go green, so we'll wait for them to finish charging and we'll test them out. Yes, I'm using an old Motorola charger, as a matter of fact. So the USB plug on the side, so yeah, it's already set to the right voltage. So yep, that's what I'm using. And again, you can use a computer, if you've got one, to connect it up, so it's pretty much multi-purpose charger setup, which I like. So, and while we wait, I'll go ahead and open up my SanDisk micro SD card with the adapter. I wanted to definitely get this so I could just basically download everything easier, whatever files, whatever I'm recording. So yeah, I'll go ahead and get the micro SD card out. And of course, they don't make it easy. Yeah, let me carve this open so I can get them out. Okay. There we go. A little something like that. So, yeah, again, the adapter, which I like, you can just stick your micro SD card in to download your files onto your laptop or a card reader. So, but for now, I'll just go ahead and, it's a 32 gig, which is basically good for around 8 hours of video. And then we'll just put it inside the, I believe it goes like, nope. Okay, facing it down and then sticking it in, and it snaps in. Yep, just like that. So now the card's in. So now we'll just wait for the batteries to charge, and again, we'll test it out. Alright, as I said, this is the type of camera I've been using for, well, since the last 7-8 years. The Flip Ultra HD 3rd generation camera. This is one that actually the microphone is, I don't know what the deal is, but I can't get good audio on it anymore. But this is the original battery. Again, a lot of these are just not holding the charge anymore. Yeah, they use 3 AAAs, but those don't last very long, like at all. But yeah, it's getting to the point where I've had to basically force myself. I've really had no choice but to look for something, and I've been looking the last couple of years because I've been having issues, one camera after another dropping, and these aftermarket batteries that I bought, they lasted maybe 6 months, not even a year. And yeah, they don't even seem to hold a charge, like, even worse than the original Flip batteries, so I've abandoned those. But yeah, this is what I've been forced to, I'm going to be forced to retire probably in the very near future, so I want to be prepared for my vlogging to continue on, and this is what I've decided to go with. now that they're starting to come down in, to a reasonable price. This is my original GoPro. It's got the LCD screen on the back, and I believe it's still working. Press the power button. Yep, it still works. Now it's showing it's got a full battery. It's got the LCD screen on the back, which I love. Only problem is, I've used this, trying to use it as a dash cam because I want to make sure I'm getting the shot. But again, these enclosures, you can only use this enclosure without the LCD screen because you can see it's too thick. So it will not fit in the open air, so to speak, enclosure. You'd have to take the LCD screen off, which again just comes off like that, and then it will fit in there. But I'm just not a fan of that because I've missed the shot a couple of times with that before. So yeah, there we go, comes right back on. But again, they don't make an open air case for the first generation. I wish they did, because I'd probably be using this instead of having to buy something that's newer. The only thing they've got is this, and then if you want to use the LCD, well, here's a solid back, and you can take that underwater. Problem is, you can't run it for a very long time, as I discovered on one of my road trips to Mexico, that I was using this as a dash cam to record the road trip, and it cut out on me. Apparently overheated, and tried to retrieve the file, and it got lost. It got corrupted somehow. So yeah, that didn't work like I had hoped. So I tried to rig up, a frame. This is like from a GoPro 2 or 3. Tried to modify it. I mean, I barely got it to work, but as you can see, it's got scuff marks on it now, trying to make it work. And I may still try to modify this because it was close. I mean, I was able to at least hook it up, as a dash cam using the tripod mount and the GoPro mount, adapter here. But again, it's kind of heavy. This thing is big and bulky, and where it was gripping was right around where the LCD screen connects, which would wind up prying the screen apart, and then cause it to come loose. So yeah, I mean, I was trying to figure out a way, to make this work. And of course, with the micro SD card, which is in here, it's another 32 gig. It uses the full size adapter. I wouldn't be able to access the card very easily with this type of adapter, which means I have to modify the side here. Again, I could probably make it work, but it honestly is a lot more of an effort. Of course, the plugs on the side don't match up on the holes for the newer versions. So yeah, so that's why I basically just came to the conclusion I just need to look into upgrading. And again, the GoPro Hero 5 is what I've settled on. I mean, doing tons of research, this one seems to be the best suited. And again, the menu options, I'll probably try to go through those on the on the video here. So I'm still waiting for the batteries to charge. But yeah, this one's again got the rubber seal for going underwater. I think it's rated for up to 10 meters, which is 30 feet. So yep. And again, if I'm outside and it's raining, perfect, because I've had issues making pressure washing videos with this camera or with these types of cameras, and then the water gets into the microphone. That's probably what happened with this one. Water got up in there and messed up the microphone, and now I've got bad audio on this camera. So yep, trying to find the best universal type camera that I can find, and this is what I've settled on. I may wind up, if this continues to work out, I'll probably wind up getting a second camera, for, again, if I fill up a card, which could be quite possible, even though they're rated for 8 hours at full HD. 32 gigs, I could probably fill that up pretty quick. So may wind up pulling the card out of the first generation GoPro here and use that as my alternate for the second camera if I wind up getting it. So anyway, we'll wait for the batteries. And while I'm still waiting for the batteries to charge, I went ahead and played with my little sandbag dash mount. That's got a little debris on the bottom from using it with my Garmin But yeah, this is actually pretty nice where I can still remove it from the back like so. Ugh. That's something I'm going to have to get used to. I mean, once I'm vlogging, I'll just leave it in, but if I want to remove it, then yeah, that's something I'll have to kind of get used to. But yep, slides right in, snaps in place, so it's nice and secure. And then that way, if I'm recording while I'm driving or whatever, then I can, you know, grab it on the back, get the shot, stuff like that. So that's kind of my method of madness there. Unfortunately, I don't know what the deal was with the one that was originally in here. Luckily I had a spare, but this one broke. And, you know, simply trying to remove it just like normal, pushing these two together, and this thing just snapped right off. So, probably a faulty piece they sent me. Just wonderful. But, no, like I said, I had an extra one, and then I've still got this mount that I could still use, you know, as another backup if need be. And of course comes with the 3M tape, yep, right there, so you can put it on the bottom. That's what I basically did with this one. So this one's nice and secure. Cleaned the base real good and stuck the foam dash mount to it, because, you know, I know some people will probably just stick the tape right to their dash, and of course that'll leave a residue, especially as it gets hot. In the Carolinas we get lots of 90s, close to 100 degrees, and the humidity, and that residue will just leave, you know, a gummy mess on the dash. So that's what I'm trying to avoid. Have it on something mobile like this where I can just go ahead and, you know, move the camera, dismount it if I need to, you know, blah blah blah. So I think this will be a better setup, and plus with the LCD screen on the back, I'll be able to see what I'm recording so I don't miss the shot. Alright, well, so far it looks like one of my batteries is charged. I'll let the other one finish, and again, we'll test the camera out. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put this battery in, like that, close it up, and now we're ready to power it on. There we go. Nice. So far so good. Hero 5, welcome. Yeah, I'll go with English. Okay. Where are we at? April. And a little finicky with the numbers. I believe it's the 11th. Let me double check. Okay, it's the 12th. And of course it asks for the time. Not quite 9. It's actually 8 a.m. Captures locations where you want things to be taken. We'll leave that off. Okay. Camera tour, no. Skip camera tour, yes. And visit preferences to take this tour again. Okay, done. Beautiful. It looks like we're on a wide screen. Looks good. 99% charge. That's on the aftermarket battery, so, and it shows the card. Good. Okay, so in the mode, just check in. The resolution is 1080 like I want, frames per second 60, and it's got the wide view. And if we go super view, yeah, it gets a lot more. Let's see, wide, medium, okay, linear. Actually looks pretty good. And there's the narrow, which is almost like it's zoomed in. Yeah, we'll go with linear. Mostly what I'll need for vlogging. I'm not doing a lot of action shots with this. photo, burst, time-lapse photo, video. That's where we're going to leave it. Alright, so we're showing about 2 hours, 2 minutes. Okay, based on those settings, yeah, I'm only able to record about 2 hours on a 32 gig SanDisk micro SD card. So yeah, I may wind up having to invest in a 64, but you know, that again, depending on the battery life, that's something to think about too. So yep, and as you can see, the battery is dropping rather quickly. It's gone from 99% to 97% in only a matter. It's basically losing a percent every minute, so on average. And again, that may be the aftermarket battery, maybe the genuine OEM battery lasts a little bit longer, but yeah, the LCD screen, it uses a lot of power. That's what I've read. But again, for my vlogs and what I do, you know, it should be good enough. So yeah, I guess it just turned itself off. Let's see. Okay, push the power button and it's recording. Nice. Okay, and then push the power button again. Saving. Okay, pretty neat. Well, we might take a quick road trip around the block and see how it does. Alright, so there's the mount, camera's in, so we're ready to roll. I'll go ahead and switch to the GoPro and take ourselves a road trip. Alright, so we're in the car. Quick cold start. Here's what it looks like in the car. I can adjust it up. I can talk while I drive, or just go ahead and put it on the dash here. Get the shot. So that's what we'll do. Redneck Christmas tree of bottles, looking beautiful as ever. And let me get my seatbelt on. I can at least do that now instead of holding the camera. There we go. So yeah, that's not too bad. Of course, my dash is kind of rounded, so yeah, you can move on over there. Thank you very much. All right, go ahead and make a turn here. Swing by the old park. And check out the shot. People walking their dog on the phone. Yeah, not too bad. See geesey over there. Yeah, notice the LCD screen turns off while I'm recording, but yeah, not a big deal. Alright, no traffic. Front view again. Oh, Redneck S10. There you go. Just a quick run around the block. Pretty neat. Oh, I like this. Your setup. Take a little getting used to, but I think it'll work. Yeah, it is a little bit of money for this camera, but honestly, you know, if the flip kept going, that's what I would continue to be using, because it is. It's just really versatile and mobile camera, you know, cut on and off and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I guess you got to change with the times, and technology is, you know, changing with it. So that's where I'm at. So yeah, look for future videos using the GoPro, and I'll probably continue to use my flip until I can't use it anymore. But this will be my new setup for my vlogging vids. So hope you enjoy it. Until next time, adios.